Hey guys, welcome back to Smells Like Teen Angst. I'm Kiki, and tonight we are talking about Season 3, Episode 6 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Let's get into it. Okay, before we get things started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let's keep in touch so we can keep having this conversation that will not end. So, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say I'm sorry for all the Conrad hate I've ever given. This is my very public apology, and it's fine. Look, I read the books and hated them both. I'm just gonna start there, okay? But when the show was made, I fell for Jeremiah, those charming blue eyes. He just looks like a puppy. And I was like, I like this golden retriever boy. Why would you want this black cat Doberman man? I don't know. And season 3 has clearly given Conrad the hero edit that he always deserved. And now I'm changing my entire position on the entire thing. That being that this show should now be called The Summer I Turned Into a Conrad Fan, because he's the only person on this damn show that I actually like. I was giving the spot to Steven and Taylor too, but this episode totally just made me put them in the trash too. Like, we can throw everybody away. All right, so episode 6. Things are getting real. The wedding is cycling up. We're gonna have Belly's bridal shower. Steven is Stevening. Jeremiah is Jeremiahing. And their dad, Adam Fisher, is Adaming the hardest he can. Like, it's very much everyone is in their lane and they're just doing their thing. And that thing is making my skin crawl. You know, we opened this episode with Belly continuing to couch surf. The girl, of course, you know, doesn't have a home right now because she ran away to follow her heart. And she is sleeping on an air mattress, which, oh my God, not to be a dick, Adam, but are you telling me you don't have a guest room in your condo? I'm sure Kaylee has a walk-in closet in there. Don't play me. If you're still allowed to be on your parents' insurance, there should still be a place for you to sleep in the damn house. Respect. A little respect, Adam, just a tiny bit. So Belly and Jer go to look for an apartment, only to learn that they might not have the credit to be approved for this apartment. And not because of Belly, because of Jeremiah, whose father works in finance. Like, you know better. And the first thing Belly says is, I thought your dad pays for all your credit cards. And he goes, yeah, but I opened one for Bruins tickets and I didn't pay it off. You went into debt over Bruins tickets and not a ring? You were willing to put a cake on a credit card, but not the ring? Make it make sense. It's just another check in the y'all are not grown enough to be married. He's then rushing her through this apartment hunt. I'm sure Jeremiah is getting villainized for his obsession with work right now and trying to be on his father's good side. Being a provider is something his father always was for his mother. I'm sure it's inherent in him to do the same for his wife. And it's kind of just weighing on his mind. So I know to a lot of people, it probably seems like he's so focused on work and not on putting together this relationship. But I think he's just trying to rush to the finish line of it all. I'm not mad at him per se for it, but it is another like overwhelming proof and the fact that both of them are not strong enough to do either side of this split on their own. They both desperately need each other to kind of bridge the gap. And that's another thing that will make marriage really tough for the two of them. So we keep dwelling on this conversation on how Belly feels about moving forward in her wedding with all the changes that are happening, especially not having her mom there. Of course, Mr. Conrad Fisher comes to her rescue. He has this really heartfelt, earnest meetup at a freaking diner in the middle of nowhere, truck stop situation. It felt very like spy speakeasy. And he does the right thing, you know? He forced food on Laurel like a man and made her hear him out like a man. He's the only man on this show. This thus led to Laurel finally swallowing her pride, coming to her daughter's bridal shower, and momming like she should. But then this bridal shower that is thrown by Taylor, who, mind you, is a 21-year-old girl, like it's not supposed to be perfect. I can tell you the only reason I could plan a party when I was 21 is because I was in a sorority. But then the crux of this whole thing is this wrong place, wrong time relationship of Steven and Taylor, again, happening at the wrong place, wrong time. Like, girl, this is your best friend's bridal shower that you threw at your house. You're the maid of honor. You invited her brother, and then you proceed to kind of suck all the air out of the room, arguing with Steven and having your little weird back and forth dialogue with Steven. This just needs to stop. This entire episode is yet another testament to the fact that Belly is not ready to be married. No one is ready to be married. Episode 5, we were crashing out over cake and going to Michael's to plan a wedding at a house. And now episode 6, we're planning an actual wedding and we're crashing out over a change of name on stationery. Like, what did you expect at a bridal shower, girl? You're about to be someone's wife. Another wrong place, wrong time instance has to be Jeremiah finally learning that his dad is fucking Kaylee. We've known this for seasons. It's why Conrad fell out with his dad, you know, and like the hold it in hero he is, he never told anybody else. He waits till Jeremiah finds out. And then somehow, when Adam decides to break it to the boys in the car that Kaylee's going to be attending the wedding with me, Conrad still finds composure not to crash out in this car. Like, I've been dying for a Conrad crash out all season. I can say watching the relationship between Jeremiah and Conrad and their father shows a giant dynamic and privilege. Jeremiah is the child that has kind of been ushered through life by his father. His father's paying all his credit card bills, keeping up with, you know, his finances. Jeremiah doesn't know how to pay a credit card. That's why these things have happened. Whereas Conrad, having severed his relationship with his dad, is off in California kind of just making shit happen and click. We all know that the biggest OMG moment of this episode was Conrad, of course, hurting himself, Belly patching him up, and another almost kiss while False God is playing. And if you recall, this song also played during their almost kiss in the first season. I know we have a few more episodes to go, but I'm ready to just see it all crash and burn. At this point, I really expected us to be through the wedding because it all has to fall apart for them to actually get back together. And this is the final season. So what are we doing, Jenny? Like, are we just going to end it on a, and they chose their self? Are you actually going to let them get married? There are only so many episodes. We have a lot of story to get through and a crash out that has been building for a really long time. It better be epic. I want fireworks, girl, at this point. Make it a 2-hour special because you're already breadcrumbing us with one episode at a time. You don't have to keep forcing the bar deeper into hell. I get it, girl. You brought your shovel this season. You are digging. But baby, we're like at the lava core of the earth right now. The fire is a brewing. Speed it up. Anyway, that's my rant of episode 6. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are actually loving this season. I feel like I sound like such a hater, and I'm not. I'm just kind of bored and pissed at everyone. I still love this show. I will still tune in as long as I have it, and I will miss it when it's gone. But I've got to know, am I the only person who is going through motions right now? Because I am going through all the emotions. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let's keep this conversation going. And let me know if this show has also become the summer I turned into a Conrad Fisher fan for you too. See you guys on the next one. Bye.